as you can tell, I have a lot of manga. Not all of it you can see within my videos, so this is just a fraction of what I own. I actually have a lot more in my cupboard, and I have a third shelf, a smaller shelf down there in the corner, and I also have quite an expansive anime collection. I'm really keen to do a full collection video for both manga and anime, but because that's going to take a lot of work, I'm going to film them over, I'm not sure how long, and I'm possibly going to save those up for when I hit a big subscriber milestone. So if you're interested in seeing those videos, then be sure to hit the subscribe button, and as soon as I think it's appropriate, then I will put them out for you to watch. But to start with today, I thought I would just give you a little snapshot into my manga collection and go through some of my favourite parts of my collection. So I've been collecting since I was 18 and I'm now 26. So as you can tell, I've bought a lot of stuff. But these are just some of my favourite things, either for sentimental reasons or because they're particularly rare. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll catch you next time. So first up, I thought we would talk about one of my favourite series, and perhaps one of the rarest that I have, and that is the Flowers of Evil. Now, it's not rare as a series, but it is rare in these single volumes. So I think that it's volume, I want to say 7 or maybe 8. One of these two, both beautifully illustrated, is very, very hard to get because they started making these omnibus versions. Now, The Flowers of Evil is a fantastic series, and I do regret to say that I haven't finished it yet, but it's kind of just very unique and very different, and it's one of my favourite parts of my collection purely because of how rare it is, I guess, and also just because of how great a story it is. So if you have heard me talk about it already, I actually really love Happiness. I've just finished the 9th volume of that, and it's by the same author, and I believe that this is considered to be their best work. So yeah, we have all the volumes. I'll just quickly show you. We've got volume 9, volume 10, which I also think is very rare, and volume 11. And what's interesting about these is they actually feel different as well. So this one's quite glossy. This one, as you can see, is very glossy. But then these ones are actually a matte finish. And yeah, I just thought they were very interesting to look at. They look really great on my shelf. And I got these on eBay a while back, purely because I knew how rare they were. I think the guy didn't really know what he had. So I snapped them up straight away. And yeah, I do not regret it. So if you can get the omnibus versions, I definitely recommend you read The Flowers of Evil. But yeah, if you find these single volumes, especially some of the later ones like volume 10, and you see them relatively cheap, 100% buy them because they are no longer in print. So next we have two of my favourite books on my shelf, and these are the collector's editions of Bleach and Death Note. So these were a very limited run of hardbook first volumes of both Bleach and Death Note. I actually got this on eBay again. I really wanted it when it first came out, and then it quickly went out of print. So I got it on eBay for, I think I paid like £12, which I thought was a pretty good deal considering they're not making them anymore. And then this volume of Death Note was actually a gift. So someone that I work with, his girlfriend, did collect manga and she didn't want them anymore. So he gave me this for free. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. So it's got some really nice kind of, I believe, colour pages. Yeah, some colour pages in the beginning. But then the rest of it is very much just the first volume of Death Note and Bleach, but then in a really nice hardcover. And then if you take off this slipcover, it just looks like your bog standard first volume. And I remember when these first came out, and they didn't really appeal too much to me because I was, you know, young to collecting. I really wanted to get more volumes, and I thought, why the hell would you buy the same volume again, but just a hardcover? And if you know me at all, you'll know how much I love Bleach. So this, I just had to have this. I think it's just one of those novelty items that as a collector, you really kind of need in a weird sort of way. And I just think it's perfect. I think it's just kind of a very nerdy thing for me to have. But yeah, I love them. They're some of my favourite books that I own, as I said, and I just love having them on my shelf. So next is another fantastic series that I cannot believe I actually own. So shout out to Highland Manga for helping me get this. And this is the full collection, volume 1 to 15 of Battle Royale. So this was a Tokyo Pop release. They've since gone out of business. So we are not getting any more Battle Royale, at least not in this format. So there is a hardcover edition, which is known as the Ultimate Edition, which I know Base Senpai has. But I just really love these single volumes. When I can, I tend to go for single volumes over omnibus versions. And I'm very, very lucky to get the same logo all the way across all 15. So this is, aside from the obvious out of print reason, this is the main reason that I treasure this series so much, mostly because I didn't think I was ever going to get it. I put it in a video of manga series that I was likely to never finish. And yeah, this whole YouTube thing has helped me make some really, really great friends. And through one of those, fantastic friends, I now own a series that I just can't believe I'm so lucky to have. So the first few volumes are pretty easy to find. The later ones, not so much. So if you can get this, then I urge you to do so. Don't worry too much about these logos all matching. I was just incredibly lucky for that to happen. So next is probably the most beautiful collection that I have, and that is the Mobile Suit Gundam the Origin collection. So these are printed by Vertical. They are hardbound, photocopy quality paper, and as you can see, some of the most beautiful books that I own. They're ridiculously heavy, hence why I'm not even going to attempt to sort of take them down to show you each one. But again, eBay buy. I've helped Zach from OnTheShelf recently pick these up as well. I scoped them out on eBay for him. And if you can find these on eBay, it's probably the best way to get them. So they are quite big and hefty and hard wearing, so it's very unlikely that you will get them damaged. And they retail at, I think, £25 a book. So your best bet is either to go to Forbidden Planet and try and get them on like a 3 for 2 sort of deal, or, as I did, a bulk buy on eBay is probably the cheapest. So yeah, fantastic artwork. I'm a huge fan of Gundam. I always have been. And this is obviously kind of where it all started. And just some of my favorite manga covers that I own, and just the most beautiful quality books. I don't think I have anything that's quite to this standard, except maybe something else that I'm going to talk about shortly. One of my favorite series at the moment. So if you haven't already, please go check out Mobile Suit Gundam the Origin. So this is my smaller shelf that you don't see all too often, and I have a little kind of tribute going on to my favorite author, Inio Asano. So starting off on the far left, we have Nichigahara Holograph, which was the first Asano book that I ever bought. Then we have volume 1 and 2 of What a Wonderful World. Then we have Solonin and this really cool epilogue that I got, which was a very thin couple of chapters that was only available at a convention. And then of course we have volume 1 to 7 of Goodnight Punpun, which is completed, A Girl on the Shore, and then I have volume 1 to 6 of Dead Demons, Destruction. Inio Asano is one of those authors that anything he puts out I will immediately buy because I love him. I love everything he does. I can't say it enough. So the reason why I've kind of grouped all of this together is just because this is one of my favorite parts of my collection. It is right next to my bed. I look at it every single day, and I just have such fond memories of most of these series. I have yet to read this, been saving them up to read them all in one go, but I'm sure I will absolutely love it. So there is a lot more. This is just half of one of the shelves. I have another 3 little shelves here. So please look forward to the full collection video whenever I do decide to make it. But yes, that is my Inio Asano collection. Okay, so these are just some of my art books that I have. I won't show you inside because I don't really know how YouTube works with kind of the copyright side of art books and stuff, but these are probably some of the most treasured things that I own, especially this one. So this is a D. Grayman art book. I found it at Comic-Con. I think they're pretty common, but I didn't know this existed, and it's just got some of the most beautiful artwork that I've ever seen. Of course, I have a Naruto one, a Bleach one, because, you know, I'm the biggest Bleach fan in the world. And then at the back, we have the Soul Eater Soul Art books. So these are actually hardcover. They come with a really cool slipcase, and they're just fantastic. I really love Soul Eater. It's one of my favorite manga series. Very excited to check out Fire Force as well. But yeah, I don't really have many art books. These are, I think these might be all the art books that I have, but I just treasure them so much because they are so different, and because sometimes it's just really nice to take them out and really appreciate the artist that you love, I guess. Okay, and last but by certainly no means least, probably the heaviest and most expensive thing I imagine that I own, and by far my favorite part of all of my collection, and that is my Akira box set. So this was for the 35th anniversary of Akira. It actually opens up here. Swing that around to show you, and these are all hardcover books. They are absolutely massive. It is ridiculously heavy, and I just love it. I love the colors of it. I love the design of the box. I got a second box free because the first one came damaged, and it came with a really cool patch that I have then since sewn onto my denim jacket. It's made that jacket so sentimental to me now. And yeah, this is one of the best manga series out there, and perhaps the best way to read it. So when I said before that the Mobile Suit Gundam were maybe the best quality books that I own, I think that these Akira ones certainly come close. So before these were released, all of Akira in the UK was printed left to right, which seems okay for comic book fans, but for manga fans, as you know, that is not the way it's intended. And I think that this was actually the first time that Akira was printed in the correct orientation, which is right to left. If you've seen the film, you'll know how amazing it is, and just trust me. As you can see, there are 6 books. The film is pretty long, but it does not cover everything. This manga will blow your mind. There are obviously 6 volumes here, and then this collector's box set also came with a very cool Akira Club book. So yeah, I was very, very lucky to get this box set. I had to save up for quite a long time to buy it, and you know, every sort of extra hour of overtime that I did at work just made it so worth it. I don't even know if you can see, but all of this is actually embossed. So it actually kind of, let me see if I can get it into focus. All of this like fine detail is embossed on the page, so it feels really nice. Yeah, that's just me nerding out there, just ignore me. But yeah, that concludes the favorite parts of my collection. I actually also have a lot more stuff that I really love, that I hope to share with you soon in a full collection video whenever I get around to filming that. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, of course, please be sure to leave a like. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And thanks again so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.